9 things women notice instantly that most men never think about. Old Stoic wisdom. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Let's be honest. By the time you've said your first hello, she's already made up her mind about you. In under 30 seconds, a woman picks up on cues most men don't even realize they're giving off. It's not about being rich, handsome, or having a six-pack. It's about presence, composure, the way you carry yourself when you think no one's watching. Some men walk into a room and, without trying, draw attention. Others blend into the background, forgotten as quickly as they appeared. The difference women subconsciously scanned for 9 key traits, subtle but powerful signals that speak volumes about who you are, what you stand for, and whether you're worth her time. These first impressions aren't random. They're rooted in instinct, psychology, and centuries of human behavior. And while most guys remain oblivious, the ones who understand this, they don't chase, they attract. Once you become aware of these 9 things, you'll stop wondering why some men seem to have it and others don't. Because being truly attractive isn't about gimmicks. It's about embodying something real, something she feels before she even knows your name. Number 1, the way you enter a room. Don't underestimate it. Don't downplay it. And for heaven's sake, don't ignore it. The way you step into a room speaks louder than your words ever will. It's the first chapter of your unspoken story. And trust me, women read it like a headline. In 3 seconds flat, the verdict is already halfway written. Now here's the brutal truth: most men never think about it. They shuffle in like lost tourists in their own lives, head down, shoulders caved, movements small, hesitant, apologetic, as if they're trying not to bother the air they breathe. That's not humility, that's invisibility. And invisibility is not attractive. Be the man who owns his space without arrogance, the man who walks with purpose, not pretense. That slow, steady, grounded stride, that's the mark of someone who knows who he is, someone carved by Stoic principles and trained in the art of presence. Your posture isn't just about standing tall, it's about standing true. Chest open, eyes forward, movements are clean and intentional. That's how you radiate calm power. And power, in case you forgot, is magnetic. Why does this matter? Because psychology doesn't lie. Studies confirm that people form gut impressions in milliseconds. These lightning-fast judgments are sticky. Once made, they're hard to rewrite. If your first impression says, "I don't belong here," people will believe you. If it says, "I move like I've done this before," they'll believe that too. Your body talks before your mouth opens, and what it says determines how the room reacts. And here's what most men miss. Women aren't just watching you, they're watching the ripple. When you walk in, do others take notice? Do they instinctively make space for you? Do heads turn, even slightly? That's called social proof, and it's a silent language we read fluently. A man with presence influences the room without saying a word. He doesn't demand attention, he earns it by simply being. This isn't about being flashy or overbearing. It's about being grounded, like an oak tree in a storm. That's old Stoic wisdom in motion. You don't chase validation, you anchor yourself so deeply in your own worth that others can't help but respond. An iron mind isn't just something you cultivate in silence. It shows up in how you carry yourself, especially when eyes are on you, and especially when they're not. So, be deliberate, be smooth. Don't sneak into spaces hoping no one sees you. Enter like you've got something to offer, because you do. That's not ego, that's self-respect. And women can spot the difference from across the room. Your entrance sets the tone. Make it sharp, make it solid. Let the first 3 seconds do what 100 words can't. Because, in a world full of noise, a man shaped by Stoic principles, silent, steady, self-contained, is rare, and rare gets remembered. Number 2, the tone of your voice. Let's be blunt. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And most men, they're completely tone-deaf to the power of their own voice. Your voice is not just air moving through your throat. It's your presence, your weight, your essence made audible. If you're speaking like you're ordering drive-through at a broken speaker box, you're leaving more on the table than you think. This isn't about sounding like James Earl Jones after 3 bourbons. It's about control, depth, resonance. That's the real thunder. A deep, relaxed tone isn't just nice to have. It hits a primal chord in women. Why biology, evolution? We're talking about hardwired attraction here. Lower frequencies signal higher testosterone, dominance, and maturity. It's the ancient instinct this man can protect, this man can provide, and you don't have to fake it. You just have to slow down and breathe. Speak with the weight of someone who knows what he's talking about and isn't in a rush to impress anyone. Be deliberate, be measured, don't machine gun your sentences, don't chase the silence with nervous filler. A man who pauses before he speaks is a man who doesn't fear being heard. That's practical stoicism in motion. It's emotional control translated into cadence. It's how you take the reins of a room without raising your voice. You command not by shouting, but by not needing to. When your tone is steady, calm, and sure, you draw people in. You don't push your presence, you let it radiate. Now, here's a little known secret, and don't let this one slip through the cracks if you drop your tone just slightly when you lower your volume. You create this private channel. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's electric. It whispers something intimate without saying a word, and women notice. Oh, they notice. That soft, low murmur. That's the equivalent of leaning in without moving an inch. It's quiet confidence, it's charisma with its sleeves rolled up, and it's far more powerful than volume. Remember this, a calm, deep voice suggests you've been through some storms and learned how to stay still inside them. That's the language of Stoic rules. That's what self-respect sounds like. And the beauty is, it's trainable. You don't need to be born with a baritone. You just need to slow down, breathe deep, and own your tempo. The world will match your pace if you stop racing to match theirs. Don't let your voice betray you. Don't speak like you're seeking permission to exist. Speak like a man who knows the value of silence and treats words like gold coins, not pennies. That is how you speak with weight. That is practical stoicism, alive in every syllable. So the next time you open your mouth, ask yourself, am I rushing? Am I leading with tension or presence? Because when your tone is right, you don't just sound better, you become unforgettable. And if you truly get this, drop a comment right now. My voice is powerful, and I speak with purpose. Like this video, hit subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and remember, you don't need to raise your voice to command a room, you just need control. Number 3. Your posture when you think no one's watching. This is the battlefield where real confidence is won or lost. It's not about how you stand when you're in front of an audience, or how you puff up your chest when you're trying to impress. Anyone can fake strength under a spotlight. What truly matters is how you carry yourself in the quiet, unnoticed moments. Those seconds when there's no performance, no audience, no reward. That's when your body speaks the truth. That's when the world sees who you really are. Stand slouched and small, and you tell the world you've given up. Sit with hunched shoulders and downward eyes, and you reveal self-doubt, but walk upright with steady steps. Let your spine rise with purpose. Keep your head lifted, and you radiate silent strength, calm power, commanding presence. That's the energy of a man who wins. That's stoicism in motion. The Stoics didn't preach dominance. They embodied it. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction begins with your posture. Let it be your first act of resistance, your first symbol of control. Don't just act confident, be confident, and let your posture prove it. Let's be absolutely clear. Women notice instantly. They don't need to study you for hours. They feel your energy in the first few seconds. They're not looking for exaggerated bravado. They're sensing congruence. Does your body match your mind? Do your movements match your message? They've evolved over millennia to detect subtle signals. And posture is one of the loudest. And not just women. Everyone reads your body before your words. Your boss, your colleagues, strangers on the street. You're always communicating, whether you realize it or not. So choose what you want to say with your posture. In this world, you're either projecting strength or weakness. There's no neutral ground. And the key lies in the unguarded moments. Waiting in line, walking down the hall, getting out of your car. These micro moments stack up. They become your identity. If your body is constantly caved in, shrinking away from the world, don't be surprised when the world ignores you, or worse, steps over you. But when your shoulders are relaxed, your chest open, your head held with calm focus, you become a man others naturally respect, not because you demand it, but because you earn it with every breath, every step, every movement. This is how you walk the paths of wisdom. Don't fake it. Don't imitate. Don't pose like an actor waiting for applause. That's hollow, and hollow cracks under pressure. What matters is alignment. When your posture is aligned with your thoughts, your values, your mission, then you radiate unshakable confidence. Effortless. That's the key. Trying too hard is a red flag. You don't need to swagger. You don't need to flex. You just need to stand and move like a man who knows his worth, without needing approval from anyone. That's the Stoic way. That's the Stoicism win. Marcus Aurelius didn't stomp his feet to be heard. He walked in silence, and the empire followed. You must learn to carry yourself with that same level of quiet command. So, stand up right now. Adjust your posture. Feel the shift. Square your shoulders. Loosen your jaw. Lift your chin. Breathe deep. This isn't just physical. This is psychological warfare. This is you claiming control over your body, over your presence, over your life. Every time you catch yourself slouching, correct it, not out of vanity, but out of discipline. Posture is a habit. Habits shape character. Character shapes destiny. Walk like a king in exile. Sit like a general planning victory. Move like a man on a mission, because that's what you are. You must win this battle daily. Win it at home. Win it at work. Win it in the gym, in the car, in every corner of your life. Don't underestimate it. This is one of the invisible rules of power that most men ignore. But the ones who win, the men who rise, the men who lead, they all understand. They've mastered their posture because they've mastered their mindset. Your posture is your frame. Your frame is your power. Walk the paths of wisdom with purpose. Channel Epictetus. Speak without speaking. Move without apology. This is how you become unstoppable. This is how you win. Number 4, your facial reactions while listening. This one slips past most men like a shadow in the night. But trust me, it doesn't get past her. Women, especially those with a refined sense of emotional awareness, are experts at reading faces. Micro-expressions. They're like Morse code to her. One flicker of your brow, the corner of your mouth curling, the stillness in your eyes. It all tells a story. She's decoding your face before your words even land. That's why your expression while she's talking speaks volumes about your emotional depth, more than your cleverest punchline or your slickest story ever will. Don't wear a blank stare. Don't fake a smile like it's a mask you're tired of holding. Don't nod mindlessly like you're checking a mental box. Be present. Be real. This is where old Stoic wisdom comes into play. The Stoics taught men to govern themselves, to observe without frenzy, to feel without losing control, to remain solid as an iron pillar no matter the storm. So yes, your face should reflect that same calm intensity, an iron mind wrapped in skin. A subtle nod, a slight smirk, a raised eyebrow that says, I hear you. I get it. I'm right here with you. That kind of response doesn't scream for attention. It commands it. The truth is, she's not just talking to be heard, she's talking to feel seen. And if your face says, I'm just waiting for my turn to impress you, or worse, I'm not even here, you've already lost ground. Stoic principles aren't about being stone-faced and unreadable. No, they're about being anchored. A man who listens like the world isn't tugging at his sleeves is a rare thing. That's why a calm, grounded presence, signaled by the tiniest flickers of genuine interest, is magnetic. It tells her you've mastered something most men never do, the art of being in the moment without trying to dominate it. That is emotional intelligence. That is what makes her lean in closer. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because when you react with honesty, not performance, you show her you're not afraid of her feelings, you're not afraid of your own, you're solid, you're safe, you're awake, and nothing is more seductive than that. So remember this. She's not just watching your lips. She's watching your eyes, your jaw, your breath. She's asking, silently, can I trust this man to hold space for me? If your face answers yes, not with dramatics, but with subtle, sincere cues, you've done more than charm her. You've made her feel understood. That is what separates a common man from a centered one. That's what Old Stoic wisdom has always been about. Know thyself, master thyself, and show up fully in the present. So keep your mind iron, your face honest, and your presence unshakable, because sometimes saying nothing at all, with the right expression, says everything she needs to hear. If you found this eye-opening, like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more Old Stoic wisdom to sharpen your mind and elevate your presence. Don't just speak like a man, listen like one. Comment to remember. A calm face speaks louder than clever words. Number 5. How you handle silence. Ah yes, the quiet, the great conversational pause, the unspoken moment that most men scramble to fill faster than a teenager erasing browser history. But here's the truth. Fellas, silence isn't your enemy. It's your ally. Most men, especially those who haven't yet walked the paths of practical stoicism, panic at the first hint of a gap in the dialogue. They fidget. They chuckle nervously. They blurt out weather updates or half-baked opinions on things they don't care about just to avoid that terrifying abyss of, God forbid, awkwardness. But let me give it to you straight. Don't fear the silence. Own it. Master it. Let it breathe. Because when you can sit in silence and still radiate calm, you're sending a signal that's louder than any words you could say. That's power. That's poise. That's the Stoic rules in action. Think about it. You're out with a woman. There's a lull in conversation. You lean back, eyes steady, maybe a subtle smile. You don't rush. You don't babble. You just are. That silence, that's where confidence lives. That's where attraction grows. That's where you show, without saying a word, that you are not a man in need of approval, but a man in control of his own rhythm. Let's make it plain. Anxious, men feel silence. Grounded men feel it. Women notice this immediately. Not after the third date. Not once they get to know you. Instantly. Because silence reveals what words try to hide. When you're good with the quiet, you're showing mastery of yourself, and that's irresistible. That is the essence of practical stoicism, to remain steady, even in the small storms, like the sound of nothing happening. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said. The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength. Be calm, be composed. Don't let empty space spook you. Let it stretch, let it test you. The man who can calmly hold eye contact while the world waits, that man's been through something. That man has depth. And women, they see it, they feel it. They lean in. Science even backs this up. Studies show people who tolerate silence with ease are perceived as more charismatic, more trustworthy, and yes, more confident. Why? Because you're not scrambling, you're not reaching, you're simply there, present, solid, real. That's not just attractive, it's magnetic. So here's your rule. Don't rush to speak. Don't dance around the silence like it's hot coals. Let it settle. Let it do the heavy lifting. In a world drowning in noise, silence is a flex. It's a bold move. It's a statement I don't need to perform. I'm enough. That is the voice of a man who lives by Stoic rules. That is practical stoicism in motion. So next time the conversation stalls, don't panic. Don't start reciting facts about cryptocurrency or your favorite IPA. Just breathe. Sit in the stillness. Make it your throne. Trust me, she'll notice. Not because you tried, but because you didn't have to. Silence handled well is a secret weapon. Use it. Master it. Win with it. That's how you elevate. That's how you walk the path of a Stoic. That's how you become the man who doesn't just talk about confidence. He is confidence. Number 6. How you stand when you're waiting. This is one of the most overlooked yet powerful signs of confidence a man can show. You think it doesn't matter that nobody's watching, you're wrong. Women notice, instantly, not consciously, maybe, but instinctively. It's in the subtle cues, the microsignals, the energy you carry when you're not performing, whether you're waiting for an elevator, leaning by the bar, or standing in line at the coffee shop. Your body tells your story. And most men never even realize it. Stand like a man who owns the ground beneath him, not like someone afraid to be seen. The man who shifts calmly between his feet, or stands with one foot slightly forward, sends a clear message: I belong here. I am present. I am steady. He's not performing. He's not posing. He's just being comfortable, in control, aware. That man doesn't need attention. He draws it naturally. Women notice that. They feel it. That's what confidence looks like. That's what presence feels like. You don't need to speak to show power. You show it by simply existing with quiet authority. This is how you win. But most men sabotage themselves without even realizing it. They fidget. They cross their arms like a human wall. They hide their hands in their pockets or behind their back. They shift nervously like they're waiting for permission to take up space. These actions scream insecurity. You may think you're being casual, but the truth is you're communicating uncertainty, discomfort, and a lack of self-possession. Women pick up on it fast, instinctively, subconsciously. They know when a man doesn't trust himself. And if you don't, why should they? This is where the paths of wisdom begin. This is where Stoicism wins. The ancient Stoic Epictetus taught that external control begins with internal discipline. No man is free who is not a master of himself. That starts with your stance, your posture, your stillness. In a world full of noise, fidgeting is a weakness. Stillness is strength. The ability to wait without distraction, to stand without fear, to exist without apology. That's real power. That's the mark of a man who leads, not follows. Let me make this absolutely clear. How you wait reveals who you are. Are you calm or are you restless? Are you centered or are you scattered? Are you grounded in the present moment or begging for distraction to avoid discomfort? If you want to master life, if you want to be the kind of man people respect on sight, you must take control of this moment. Don't slouch, don't fidget, don't look like you need a screen or a drink to feel okay. Let your stillness speak. Let your posture dominate the room. Let your presence set the tone. This is modern Stoicism. This is real-world wisdom. You are not a boy who needs constant movement. You are a man who commands attention without seeking it. The world is watching, even when you think it's not. And especially she is watching, waiting to see. Is this man calm under pressure? Can he just be women? Notice these things? They always have. And if you master this, you will always have an edge. This is how you walk the paths of wisdom. This is how you let Epictetus guide your posture. This is how you show that Stoicism wins, not just in theory, but in the practical, everyday moments, at the bar, in the elevator, on the street, in line, in life. Don't wait passively. Don't stand like a man with no purpose. Stand like a man who already knows where he's going. Stand like a man who's already won. You are not idle. You are composed. You are not just standing. You are showing the world what mastery looks like. Own the moment. Own the space. Own yourself. And let the world adjust to you. If you found this insight valuable, hit that like button, share it with a brother who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more powerful Stoic wisdom to help you master your presence. Your posture speaks before you do. Make it count. Comment to remember. I stand with calm, confident power. Drop that affirmation in the comments to declare your growth and to remind yourself every time you wait. You're building strength, presence, and unshakable confidence. Let's walk the paths of wisdom together. Let's win. Number 7. How others react to you. Don't underestimate the silent language of social dynamics. Women see it instantly, not in what you say, but in how others behave when you enter a room. That is what we notice first. When a man walks in and people pause, even for half a second, we clock it. When your friends look to you before ordering, when the server seems oddly attentive, when strangers make eye contact a beat too long, and not by accident. Trust me, we're already doing the math. These aren't coincidences. They're clues. Clues that you hold quiet authority, not because you shout it, but because you don't have to. And yes, that matters. A man who commands subtle deference without ever demanding it shows us something deeper, that he knows who he is. That kind of presence comes from within, forged by experience, shaped by trial, and sharpened by the old Stoic wisdom that teaches a man not to chase power, but to embody it. We're watching how the world responds to you because it reveals how you respond to the world. Do you move with calm certainty? Do you speak with intention, not volume? The man with an iron mind doesn't need to puff his chest. His mere calm causes ripple effects. People lean in, listen, respect, and follow. That's the difference between a man trying to impress and one who already has. And no, this isn't about being the loudest or the bossiest or the one trying to prove something. That's noise, and noise is cheap. We're looking for signal, clear, crisp, undeniable. It's not bravado. It's not alpha chest pounding. It's old Stoic wisdom in action, the kind that Marcus Aurelius wrote about: composure, control, and character, where presence outweighs performance. Be the man who earns quiet reverence, not loud approval. You must understand how others treat you reflects what you've trained them to expect. Stoic principles remind us you can't control others, but you can control what you radiate. Project peace, strength, certainty, not desperation for validation. That's what we see when we see you. And it's not lost on us when your presence changes a room, when people make room for you, when conversations shift slightly in your direction. These micro moments speak volumes. Don't ignore them. Cultivate them. And here's the punch: this kind of power isn't bought, bragged, or faked. It's built, earned, lived. An iron mind is molded in the fire of rejection, responsibility, restraint. You become that man by resisting the need to prove you're that man. So, next time you wonder what she notices, know this: it's not just your shoes or your smile or your car. It's how the world responds when you say nothing at all. That's the ultimate tell, the game behind the game. And if others treat you like a high-value man, chances are you are, but it starts long before they do. It starts with how you treat yourself, how you carry yourself, and whether or not you've earned the right to call yourself centered, steady, and truly powerful. That's not swagger, that's stoicism, and we notice instantly. Number 8, how you handle social pressure. This is where real strength is tested, not in the gym, not in your job title, not in your wallet, but in the unseen battles of composure and restraint. In a world full of noise, chaos, and provocations, your response in tense social situations speaks louder than any words ever could. When the unexpected strikes, someone interrupts, cuts in line, or things go awkwardly silent, every eye is on you, especially hers. She's watching closely, not just to see what you do, but to understand who you are, because the way you handle discomfort reveals your inner state. Lose control, and you've lost the moment. Win your composure, and you've won far more. This is one of the most underestimated paths of wisdom. The Stoics knew it. Epictetus wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That wisdom still holds. In fact, it might matter now more than ever. Don't mistake silence for weakness. Don't let frustration write your script. A man who can smile through friction, redirect tension without escalating, and remain still in the storm becomes magnetic. He radiates authority. He commands respect without raising his voice. That is the essence of Stoicism. And Stoicism wins. It wins in business. It wins in love. It wins in life. When you master emotional control, You master the battlefield of the mind. And let me be clear, this is not about suppressing emotion. It's about channeling it, directing it, choosing your reaction with intention, not impulse. That's the mark of a seasoned, grounded man, a leader, a protector, a builder of strong relationships. When she sees that, she knows. This is a man she can trust, not just with plans and promises, but with pressure and pain, with life's curveballs. In modern life, you're being tested daily. Traffic jams, rude co-workers, bad news, delays. Every moment is a chance to either fracture or fortify your character. Don't fold. Don't react like the average man. Rise above. Choose the higher ground. Show calm, even when chaos begs you to crumble. She sees that. She remembers that. She respects that, because it says you won't run when things get hard. You won't yell when misunderstood. You won't panic when plans change. You'll lead. You'll stand firm. You'll adapt. The man who walks the paths of wisdom doesn't flinch in discomfort. He thrives in it. Let's get this straight. Overreaction is weakness dressed in loud clothes. It screams insecurity. But composure, that's quiet dominance. That's what wins. That's what builds empires. You must remember, in the eyes of a discerning woman, your ability to regulate your emotions under pressure is not optional. It's essential. That's how she knows whether you're a partner or a project, whether you're grounded or guessing, whether you're a man or a boy. In the teachings of Stoicism, and especially through the words of Epictetus, the lesson is clear: control yourself, or be controlled. That's the only choice. So train this skill like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Power isn't about being the loudest in the room. Power is about being the calmest. Remember this. He who is not a slave to his emotions becomes a master of his fate. Choose victory. Choose strength. Choose mastery. Walk the paths of wisdom daily. Read Epictetus. Embody Stoicism. And, most importantly, win. Win through stillness. Win through calm. Win through emotional precision. That's how real men are made. That's how respect is earned. That's how legacies are built. Number 9. Your grooming and attention to detail. A Stoic's secret weapon. Let's get one thing straight. Your grooming is not optional. It is not superficial. It is not vanity. It is discipline. It is presence. It is power. Women instantly notice what most men ignore. And it speaks volumes, not just about your hygiene, but about who you are, how you think, and how you live. The great Stoic Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That includes the way you show up every single day. Your hair, your beard, your nails, your breath, your scent, your shoes, your clothes. Are they pressed, lint-free, intentional? Are you showing up like a man who respects himself, or like a man drifting through life unaware of the story he tells with every wrinkle, every scuff, every detail? Don't miss this. Don't brush it off. This is one of the forgotten paths of wisdom. The quiet strength of Stoicism wins, where mastery over the small things leads to victory in the great. You must understand, grooming is not about impressing others. It's about commanding your space. It's about signaling intention, order, and inner strength. In a world of chaos, the man who maintains himself signals control. Women don't want perfection. They want proof of intention. They read the signs. Instantly trimmed nails mean you care. Fresh breath means you're prepared. Clear skin means discipline. A well-maintained appearance means you're likely to lead, not follow. This is not speculation. It's psychology. It's nature. It's truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Be that man. Starting with the reflection in your mirror." Grooming is one of those stoic habits, small on the surface, massive in meaning. It shows you don't live passively, that you choose how to move through the world. It's a form of self-command, a way of saying I am in control of myself before I seek to influence others. You win not by being flashy, but by being sharp, precise, and present. That's how you walk the Stoic path. That's how you win the silent battles that others don't even know they're losing. So here's your command. Don't walk out the door without checking your battlefield gear. Inspect your nails. Smell your breath. Feel the texture of your skin. Look at your clothes. Are they sending a message of power or passivity? Are your shoes ready to march forward into life or falling apart from neglect? Grooming isn't grooming. It's signaling. It's leadership. It's mastery. You're not doing it for compliments. You're doing it because you own yourself, because you're walking the paths of wisdom with intention and force. Let's stop pretending the little things don't matter. They do. They always have. The man who conquers himself conquers all. Grooming is one of the first battlegrounds in that war. Let your discipline show. Let your presence speak. Let your details win. Because in this world, the details are the difference. You don't need to be loud, be precise, be ordered, be unmistakable. This is Stoicism win in motion. This is power lived, not just preached. Don't just think about this. Do it. Let today be the day you level up, control your image, control your impact, control your destiny. Thanks so much for watching and for sticking with me through this one. Let's be real. All of these things we women notice instantly. They're not about perfection. They're not even about looks or charm. At the core, they're all just reflections of one deeper trait, authentic confidence. And here's the thing. You can't fake authentic confidence. Not for long. It shows up in how you walk into a room, how you hold eye contact, how you stay calm in silence, and even in how you treat people who can't do anything for you. We see it right away, often before you've even said a word. Now, I know this might feel like a lot. You might be thinking, wait, I have to be aware of all 9 of these things at once. But don't worry, you're probably already doing some of them naturally. The goal isn't to become someone else. It's to notice what you're already doing well, and then be more intentional about it. That's the power of awareness. So here's my sincere advice next time you're in a social situation. Whether it's a date, a networking event, or just grabbing coffee, check in with yourself. Ask, am I walking in with purpose, or shrinking myself? Is my voice steady and relaxed? Can I hold silence without needing to fill it? Am I really present, or am I performing? You don't need to master all of this today. But if you choose one thing from this list and start practicing it, really owning it, you'll be surprised how fast your presence starts to shift. And trust me, we notice. If this gave you some insight into what we're really paying attention to, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which of the 9 things surprised you the most, or which one are you already working on. Once you understand what women are actually seeing and why it matters, everything starts to change. For real, take care of yourselves, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.